Joined now by Radio Sport National International racing expert Shane Anderson. Shane, it's a huge day of racing here on Hong Kong Saturday.
Yes, Simon, it definitely is now the Turf World Championships, as they like to bill it. 4 great races, Group 1 level, and they're over the true championship testing distances of 1,200 metres the mile, 2,000 metres and 2,400 metres. And I love the spread of horses we've got here this year from all parts of Europe, Asia in particular. It's a shame we don't have an Australian runner, but no doubt Jimmy Chu will will carry the hopes of a lot of people at home.
Let's have a look at race 4, which is the Hong Kong Bars over 2,400. We see the Melbourne Cup winner Dunedin and runner-up Red Cadell in this race, and a very strong international representation.
It's an interesting race. The Melbourne Cup Quinella have got to ease back in trip, and they've got to sort of make that transition from handicap racing to weight for age, which could work against them in a race that doesn't look to be that flush with speed. I think it'll be a very tactical affair. The French have got a fantastic record in this race, and you've got the likes of Vademar and Silver Pond who look emerging types. You've got Sarah Link, who's been on the world stage a little bit in recent times. I think the French hold the key to the race, and Vademar for mine looks the one to beat.
Okay, then we'll now move on to race 5, which is of course the sprint, and we see Rocket Man back to avenge his narrow loss last year.
Yeah, it's a good race, this one. Rocket Man at 125 on the international handicapper ratings is 4 points clear of Sacred Kingdom. Then you've got a sort of 4-point break then to the rest of the field. So if you go on traditional handicapper ratings, it looks a race in 2, but they're both drawn awkwardly. You can see this becoming a somewhat tactical fair also. There's an emerging crop of young Hong Kong sprinters who are pretty exciting. I'm not sure which way to go here. Sacred Kingdom, who in some of the international markets has got out to a really silly price for a horse who, at his last time out, ran really respectably, carrying a big weight behind Entrapment. And the old boy just might have something still to give. And, if you can get about $7 Sacred Kingdom on some of those markets, he just might be the way to go.
Casper Founds has also got a pretty interesting hand in this race with Lucky 9 and also the old boy Green Birdie, who doesn't seem to know how to run a bad race.
Green Birdie's a ripper. He was luckless in Japan at his past couple of starts. He's proven as an international Group 1 winner. So if the breaks come his way, I think he'd run really well. You mentioned Lucky 9. Brett Preble at the barrier draw earlier in the week suggested that Lucky 9's one of the best horses he's ever ridden. When you look back through the list of great horses he's been on, that's a massive compliment for a horse who, when he ran at the international meeting last year, he looked a year away. So we might see something special from him. And Casper Founds looks to have a pretty strong hand throughout the card also. But I think the locals will go pretty close to winning that race.
Race 7, Samile, Beauty Flash comes back again this year after winning last year. Jimmy Chu, Extension Neighbour 1, it's a very strong race.
It is. It's always one of the most exciting races on the card, and this year looks no different. The pace again looks to be a little bit muddling. Probably Beauty Flash is the most likely to go forward. He did it last year. He was able to get away with really cheap fractions and they couldn't run him down. So, with a couple of runs under his belt, he might be fit enough to do it again. You've got Extension, who really knows how to hit the line solidly. He'll be ridden quietly and produced with a run. Destined for Glory, who created a bit of an upset last time out when beating Ambitious Dragon. He's drawn the inside gate. If he gets the breaks at the right time, he'll be hard to beat. And then you've got some of the other runners in the race. It's a really, really good race. Old Fair Trade from Australia, who has been on the sidelines for much of his career. He's had a lot of injury problems. His 2 runs back have been pretty solid too. It's a tough race. I think there's about 6 or 7 hopes in that. It's whoever gets the best run and gets the luck at the right time.
The last of the features is the Cup over 2,000 metres, and probably not too hard to find the chances in this one.
Yeah, for mine, it looks the 3 standouts. You've got Cirrus D'Argla, who's on 128, and a clear leader on handicap ratings over Ambitious Dragon and Byword, who are both on 122. Cirrus D'Argla is just getting better all the time. He's had a busy season, 10 starts, 5 wins, 5 placings. He beat So You Think at Group 1 level at Ascot. So he's got the right CV to make him the horse to beat. Ambitious Dragon, hideously unlucky last time out. He won the QE2, the other version of this race earlier in the year, so he can measure up. And Byword getting back to 2,000 metres probably will be better suited. There doesn't look to be much between Ambitious Dragon and Cirrus D'Argla, because I think Ambitious Dragon's got a lot more to give. But if you're looking for a value bet, I think it might be Byword at the each way, because he'll be about $8, and I think that's a significant over for a horse who's a proven Group 1 winner at 2,000 metres. But it's just 4 fantastic races on the card. It's going to be a wonderful day.
Tony Cruz always seems to have his horses peaking on the right day. He's got California Memory, maybe the forgotten horse in that race. Yeah,
I think you're right there. He just might be the forgotten horse because he's raced without luck of late. He's just been impressive in the last 12 months, and he didn't have the best luck when he went to Singapore earlier in the year. And he could be the blowout runner. But the locals are really talking up Ambitious Dragon, and I expect him to start a very, very short price favourite in Hong Kong on Sunday. Probably not a true reflection of what the market should be. And being in Hong Kong, I'll probably have something on Cirrus D'Argler and Byword because they'll be above what their true price should be. But one of the three should win. And your bloke, California Memory, as you mentioned, he's probably the other one that could cause some sort of upset. But 9 times out of 10, these races run true to form. You don't really see a massive upset in the Vase or the Cup. You can see a bit of an upset occasionally in the sprint because there's often not a lot between them, and the Hong Kong trained horses have a fantastic record, and the occasional upset too in the mile. But the two longer distance races, I think, will go the way of the favourites.
Is there one you're particularly keen on?
I'm very keen on Vatimar. I think he just, of all the Group 1 races, I think he's the one that I just think he'll definitely run top 3. He's only a lightly raced 3-year-old. He was desperately unlucky when they took him to the Derby at Epsom. Got too far back, but he really hit the line well. And I think it was one of the runs that just got missed. There was so much theatre about Mikhail Barcelona standing up high in the irons and Paul Weil winning the race, and he just seemed to be forgotten. But he's had 2 runs back. He finished 3rd in the Prix-Niel, which is a traditional arc lead-up. He was very, very good there. And then importantly, he came out and won the Prix de Conseil at his next start. That race has been used by the French on 2 previous occasions in the last 10 years to produce the winner of the Vase. I think it was Ange Gambriel and also Valley-Enchanté in 2002-2003. So it's the right formula. He's trained by Alain de Reuter-Prey. He's got a fantastic record here, and he's a very exciting horse, and he'll go around at a decent price.